be footloose and fancy-free and go explore the world. And sold the business, and a couple years later got into the construction business. I know, from being a chef to construction. It just happened. I did that, and life goes on, and at 37 years old, I passed out. Broke 3 teeth out of my mouth. Woke up, and I wasn't drunk. Usually when someone says they woke up hugging the toilet, they're drunk. No, I wasn't drunk. I just passed out and busted my mouth and a lot of other things. It scared me, right? And before this, I'd already been going through dizzy spells. Things just didn't feel right. I was tired. I was always having to sit down all the time and resting. I go, man, I'm 37 years old. I'm falling apart. This isn't good. It's not a good thing. And so I started looking for different things. I did some cleanses. I got involved locally doing some cleanses. I did every cleanse you can think of. I've done just about all of them. I've done them all. For parasite, gallbladder, master cleanse, pomegranate cleanse, grapefruit cleanse. I've cleansed away. Right? What happened is after these cleanses, I just got in worse shape. I was great for a little while. I felt good, but then I was worse off than I was before the cleanse. It happened every time. And of course, stupidity is an interesting thing. And I don't know. Sometimes there's no excuse the way we think, but I like to blame it on that junk food's an addiction. That's an easiest way for me to get out of it. But basically, I just went back to eating junk food after each cleanse. So I was stripping the plaque and the mucus, the protections out of my intestines and colon, and I was going right back to eating junk food, and it had a free wall to penetrate and destroy. Alright, so that's what happens when you do cleanses and you don't change your diet. It's very unhealthy. That's why most doctors will tell you not to cleanse. It's unhealthy. Because they know most people are going to go back to their regular diet. And they know that yo-yo is worse off than just sticking with it and enjoying whatever you're doing, right? So I did some cleanses. They weren't working. I got an interesting email from a local herbalist telling me about a raw food lady coming into town. And that he thought, maybe this is good for me. And I said, yeah, I love sushi. I'm there. Sounded good to me, right? So I headed off to this raw food thing. And it was a shock, really. It wasn't sushi. It was fruits and vegetables. And, the first day was bearable. Kind of stuck with it. She answered every question I had and answered the reasons why I was feeling so bad. She had the information. And I took it as truth. It made total sense to me. And it just really, clarified that yes, I was stupid when it came to nutrition and being healthy and taking care of my own body. I was ignorant.
Stupid.
Well, it's hard to define the two sometimes. I like ignorant. We're going to, we'll go with ignorant. But see, I did it after I knew better. That moves into stupidity. All right. So, a little above. All right. So I went to this thing. Well, the first day was okay. She did like these raw vegetable roll-up wraps, and I was like, okay, yeah, this is okay. I'll eat a little bit of this. Yeah, this is fine. The information's great. The next day I went and she did desserts. She did raw desserts, and I was like, oh man, I can live on this stuff. Fruits, nuts, dates. It doesn't get better than that. She said we could live on it, which she's backed off of now. But at that time, it was like, yeah, man, you'll do great. Just have all this stuff, you'll be great. Well, so I got excited about it, and I went home, carried my microwave to the curb. Well, one of them. I gave one away, and I feel so bad about that now. You know, I should have just thrown it out too. But I emptied out the cupboards, I emptied out the refrigerator. All overnight. This is Sunday. I'm doing this on a Sunday. I'm emptying everything out. And I came down here to Nature's Food Patch. And I went where no man has gone before. I went to the vegetable aisle. And, you know, started checking this out and going, you know, I don't know what to do with this stuff, but I'm a chef. I worked in restaurants. I can make a salad. I'll figure it out. Started doing the recipes and books that chefs had, and it tasted so bad. I hated them. So I said, well, I'll just adapt and change and make my own recipes. So I went down here, loaded up my cart. So I loaded it up and I went home and started eating. Well, about a week later, all those vegetables were rotten in the fridge. But the bags of nuts, dried fruit, were gone. Avocados. Man, I lived on that stuff. I spent 3 months living on dried fruit, papaya, mangoes, nuts, and avocados. That was pretty much my diet. But the amazing thing is I was topping the scale about 300 pounds at that time. And I was losing weight eating the junk food, raw food diet. And all of a sudden, I wasn't hurting anymore. My stomach wasn't hurting. I wasn't coming home and laying on the couch anymore. I was waking up in the morning and I wasn't like crawling into the coffee pot because I just never bought the one that has the automatic timer that makes the coffee in the morning. So all that stuff was gone. It just wasn't part of my life. And I was amazed at how fast this changed. I said, wow, man, this is something's working here. And so then I got serious. I started going to all the retreats, going to lectures, spent time in Puerto Rico, spent a lot of time out in California, studying and learning about the raw food diet. And eventually, yes, I did get into adding greens to my diet and having more salads than nuts. And it was amazing that every physical problem that I had at the time I started,
have you had one?
Was gone. Was gone.